sucker for love. And in this world full of suckers, you fit mine like a glove. The fit is perfect, but nobody above, yeah. The clock's ticking as the time flies by. We in two different worlds, but living the same life. Two different dreams, you make me feel so alive. Need you by my side, need you by my side. Just a power couple daily blowing off steam. Making love to you so damn seamlessly. We be doing it so damn frequently. Easy cause we on the same damn frequency. Take it to the Sunset Boulevard. Tell mama says she wanna tag along. She don't care if it's right or if it's wrong. Yeah, we'd always get along. Even through the downs, gotta stay strong. Now we singing the same song. All I ever, yeah, is think about you. I think about you daily. So baby girl, don't play me.
They call me Dan, the Lakers fan. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jet.
Good afternoon, Lakers family. It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame live stream as the Lakers get set to face the Houston Rockets in what promises to be a banger. Should be a great game. Got a couple of updates, a couple of things here to talk about pregame, and of course the Prize Picks entry. So make sure you guys keep it locked and hit the like button before you guys get started. But yeah, we started early start today. The game is at 4. What's up, KD? Hey, Struggle. Very early start, 4 p.m. Pacific. Some people still ain't woke up yet after their Saturday nights. But we're going to do our best, man. The Lakers currently right now are in the trenches in the Western Conference, guys. It is not an easy game tonight. And as you can see, the West, it truly is the best, okay? Because if you can see here, the Lakers currently number 5 in the Western Conference with the Denver Nuggets leapfrogging us after another victory. They continue to pile those on. Games of worth tonight. Should I say today? I shouldn't even say tonight because some games already happened. But, there's not too many. The Warriors versus Kings is interesting. If the Kings can find a way to beat them, then, that helps us in the standings a little bit just by keeping them at bay. And then we have the Lakers versus Rockets today, which is super important because the Rockets are only a couple of games ahead of us in the standings, as you can see here in the West. And so this would be a multi-game changing game today, meaning if we beat them, not only do we hand them a loss, but we hand ourselves a win. That's a 2-game difference, vice versa, right? So definitely excited for tonight's matchup, guys. So much to talk about. JJ Redick gives us an update on Gabe Vincent and how he's progressing and currently a pain tolerance issue he's having. So Redick added that Vanderbilt is ramping up his return to play. Jared Vanderbilt, ladies and gentlemen, how are we feeling about that? How are we feeling about Jared Vanderbilt? Hopefully he is back, man, because, man, can you imagine how exciting it would be to have Vando out there with Finney, with Max Christie, with Cam Reddish, some interchangeable wings there? That would be great. Also, JJ noted that the Lakers have been in the top 10 on offense and defense since LeBron came back 9 games ago from the short stint he missed, and is encouraging to him about what the team can be. So currently right now, 7th in offensive rating and 10th in defensive rating since then. So that is awesome, man. That is something we've been hoping for quite some time. Vando coming back is extremely exciting. Hopefully that does happen. That right there is exactly what the doctors ordered. We get Vando back. It changes a lot of things. We get better in the rebounding, assuming he's healthy, relatively. We get better, obviously, in the perimeter and interior defense, and so many good things come from that. How you doing, Lake Sugar? How you doing? Good to see you. Hopefully everybody is good. And then I am excited for tonight's game because, like my good friend Peruvian guy said, Dylan Brooks is on the other end, and that always gets LeBron James going. So that is going to be very interesting to watch. But this team is a different team than the last time we faced them. And this is the first of 3 meetings this season against the Rockets and the only trip to Houston. So we're going to have 1 game on the road, which is today. We've struggled on the road. A win tonight would, however, get us to 9-9, which is 500 ball on the road. Now, Houston did recently lose starting power forward Jabari Smith to injuries. So Amen Thompson will likely replace him, according to the Lakers website. Now, Houston is 2 games ahead of the Lakers again for the number 2 spot in the West. I told you guys after this trade, it just feels like, yes, we could still lack a big man, but we're getting guys healthy. It really feels like we could be a top 3 team in the West. I went from having us a top 4 to top 3. So tonight will go a long way from taking us, there. My guy said, "What up, Laker family? Hey there, Dan. Everyone, bow your heads. You know how to do it. Time for that famous Reese prayer." What's up, sis? Good to see you. She says, "All those games they played in that short amount of time really screwed us up. That's why we look so bad." And you know what? I'll tell you what, sis, though. It's good to see you on here. I will tell you what. This Laker team has the potential to become a contender. I don't feel like we're necessarily there, but we have the tools that I think it takes to compete in the Western Conference. Do we have the tools to compete in the, if we make it to the finals? And that'll be a topic for a different month. But right now, after this trade, I really don't see too many weak links on the floor. I do know there's still some players that get hunted defensively. Dalton, Austin, there's still a couple players. Rui, they got to improve in that area. But at the level that D'Lo was getting hunted, on top of that, getting rid of the bad body language, like I really feel like this team, if we can win tonight, it just feels like we're starting to turn the corner. We're currently 6 games over 500 and currently 5th in the West. So again, the West is stagnant. We're going to have to use these next, 10 games or so to create space. As you can see in the Western Conference, we're very, very stagnant. And, as of right now, but we have improved in the defense and offensive rating, and we're only going to get better. And Dorian Finney-Smith talked about this recently in a post-game recap, where he said that he's still getting comfortable. He still gets lost out there offensively. He's a lot better offensively than he's displayed. We're still looking to improve, but I love what Max Christie has done in the starting lineup. I love what Austin has become as our point guard, even though he needs to cut down on the turnovers. I love the fact that our bench doesn't really have a major weakness, and now we're going to get even stronger by adding key pieces. We haven't got a crazy update on Christian Wood yet either, but I'm expecting one soon. The fact that Vando is ramping up gets me really excited, man. And I love the prayer, brother. I love the prayer. Keep praying for us, Reese. We need it. It seems as if the Lakers are going after more wings than a big. Yes, that is the recent report that apparently the Jazz still don't want to move off of the Walker Kessler contract. He's a rookie, one of the top defenders in the West. It just still doesn't make sense why they would keep him. So maybe they're trying to be stubborn and they're going to wait till the trade deadline. We'll see. But, however, they are emphasizing on wings, 3-and-D wings, maybe a Bruce Brown type or something like that. We will see. But Rob has been full of surprises. Most of us didn't predict Dorian Finney-Smith. I was lucky enough to mention him a day before he got traded here and how he would be a perfect fit with us. But let's be honest, we didn't really see that trade coming, myself included. So that tells you that whatever Rob is cooking is behind the scenes. It's always been that way. And he earned my trust back a little bit. I still would prefer another big man for insurance policies, especially when we go up against the bigger lineups and the bigger teams. But again, TBD. All I know is that we're improving, and I'm very excited in the direction we're going. These last couple games, we've become a top 10 team defensively and offensively, and we can keep doing that. Then we can really solidify ourselves as the contender. But it's going to take time, and they got to prove to us they can beat these type of teams like tonight. Houston Rockets are sensational, y'all. The Houston Rockets are sensational. Yes, I agree, sis. We look phenomenal. We look great without D'Angelo Russell. And, to all the goofies out there that were saying we were holding him back, he really hasn't contributed to much winning in Brooklyn, even though his stats look decent the first 3 games or so. And like I said, it's a win-win. I think the trade was phenomenal for D'Angelo Russell. He'll get to shine more over there on a team that has no pressure to win. And it's a win-win trade for us. We get culture players that can fit our winning culture, our selfless culture. And I really like Shake Milton as well. I don't think we've talked about him enough. He's going to continue to improve. And, I look forward to it. It's very exciting, sis. Oh, my goodness. But, the lovely thing is we made a trade. We were begging for one. We were desperate for one the last couple of years. And I think this was the type of trade to infuse us with the energy and excitement to propel us forward. I think we're going to end up a top 3 team in the West. And I think we're about to prove it these next 10 games or so when the record is relatively easier than it was to start. But it's still going to be tough. There's still a tough games, and starting with tonight, a tough road game here. Let's see how much we've improved since getting rid of D'Lo. You saw it, though. Even though we lost versus Detroit, outside of that, we beat the Hawks, who had beat us, and we beat them sparingly. We've started mounting up double-digit wins against certain teams that we're struggling with early in the year. So, again, first look at the Houston Rockets. I think we match up well. They do have the weakness that we possess, which is, the Rockets. They're tremendous when it comes to running and gunning, which I think when we turn the ball over, that can be our weakness for sure, especially on the road. So hopefully we can take care of the basketball tonight. I also want to see more minutes for DFS. I think Dorian Finney-Smith in the starting lineup would be my favorite because Rui has been very inconsistent with his offense, and I actually prefer him as a scoring punch off the bench where he can get more looks, right, when he doesn't have to play behind LeBron, AD, and Austin, who is now our third piece. So that's what I would like to see. Because I would love Nick Claxton. I think we can afford it. Well, we do have 2 first-round picks. The question is, how much of those is Rob Pelinka willing to give? Because as you can see, even in the DFS trade, I thought that would at least require 1 first-round pick, and I would have been cool with that. He was able to get it for 3 second-round picks. So clearly, our Lakers covet, the first-round picks. Now, how much do other teams covet it as well? That's the interesting thing. I still think there's still an outside chance that we could get back into the conversation for a Walker Kessler, assuming they come to their senses and realize they're tanking. Like, bro, he's going to help you win a couple more games than you should. So, you know what I mean? Every game is crucial, people, or 1 loss can really affect us. It is crucial. However, we don't want to overreact to 1 loss. However, tonight is a great measuring stick to see how far up in the West we really should be. If we beat the team tonight convincingly, then it tells us we're better than what we thought. If we lose to them, depends on how the game goes, and I'll be able to break it down post-game and all that fun, exciting stuff. But, I'm just excited, man, that we have something fun to watch again, a good product. I love our team from head to toe. There's not a lot that I would change on this Laker roster. We're currently 20-14. We got a lot of talent. Think about this. LeBron James, look at our depth. LeBron, Anthony Davis, Dalton Connect, Rui Hachimura, Max Christie, not even Vandal. I'm not even going to count Vandal yet because he's not back, but Austin Reeves, Jackson Hayes, he's in the rotation. Cam Reddish, that's 8 already. Gabe Vincent when he comes back. And then the 10th one, who am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody. Oh, I'm missing 2, of course, Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. That's already 11 deep. And that's not counting Vandal if he comes back. That'd be 12. Christian Wood, if he could ever contribute again, that'd be 13 deep right now. And Koloko, 14 deep, really. And that's saying a lot. 14 very playable players that you can throw in the rotation at any moment in time. And that really excites me because when was the last time we had this type of depth? You can probably go back into the championship team during 2020, right? So a lot to look forward to. We're still not, obviously, still got a lot of room for improvement. We still turn the ball over a lot. We still miss crucial free throws down the stretch of games. We still sometimes don't box out and give up second chance points. Get a big. I'm praying that we get a big man. I hear the rumors, but I want an insurance policy big man. That's what I want. Just to make sure that we're good, just in case somebody gets hurt or in foul trouble in the postseason, or if we match up versus those pesky Denver Nuggets. Because as of right now, if you look at the standings right now, if the playoffs were to start right now, guess who we'd be playing? Guess who we'd be playing, ironically? The Denver Nuggets. So it seems like it is destiny that we remove them from our path in the near future. All right, comments, questions, concerns before I hop on to the next subject and talk about some of these Jimmy Butler rumors. Thank you so much, Kimiko. You're the best. I think the Lakers would prefer John Collins than a big man. Yeah, I agree that a floor spacing big man, but I was talking to my good friend D. Free today, and if Christian Wood can come back, he believes that Christian Wood is a piece that JJ would be more inclined to play, maybe even sometimes alongside AD. And I agree because obviously he can floor space. I just don't know how healthy these guys are going to be. Therefore, I still prefer us trading for a big man. But all in all, it's just exciting times. As Laker fans, we actually have something exciting to look forward to rather than when the season started and I had no expectations. Now my expectations are building up again, right? He said, I can have a dream of Dalton ceiling being a better version of Jason Tatum. Dalton is interesting to me. When the season started, he couldn't do no wrong. He couldn't miss. He could put the ball on the floor. His athleticism was impressive. I still love the kid, but it seems like he hit a little rookie wall. However, I do blame some of that on the coaching staff because they should have let him go when he was on fire. Don't ever put out the fire. That's rule number 1 of basketball. Don't put out the fire. Let it burn. Let it burn throughout the forest if it needs to. Do not put out the fire, okay? Because that's a rookie, man. And the rookie was playing like a vet and like a star player. And I still believe he has star potential. That doesn't go away from me just because they start struggling, right? Still a young player. Very bright future for Dalton, and I'd be surprised if he's included in any packages. But I'll say this, it's going to take some time for him, and eventually, I know Dalton is the type of player that once he sees the ball go through the net, he starts heating up, and he starts all of a sudden going off, and I'm hoping that could happen. But again, injury updates, Vanderbilt is ramping up his return to play, program. So that right there, man, I think that in itself deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's freaking go. If we can get Vanderbilt added to this lineup right now, we're just a different team, right? And then you have to question, is he going to start or is he going to come off the bench when he's healthy? I think he'll come off the bench, but eventually if he gets back to the way he was playing, now you have a real conversation between Rui, Dorian Finney-Smith, and and Vando. So I love having that type of problem. I think it's a good problem. Everybody should play better because of it. And minutes are going to be sparse, but we're going to have. I'd rather have too many wings than not enough, right? Defensively, especially. Hey, what's up, Jose? How many rings do we get if Kawhi became a Laker a couple years ago? That is a great question, Jose. Let me tell you, I honestly don't know, but it would have been interesting for sure. Maybe his career would have had more longevity due to the less usage rate and all the star power we had. I'm sure the role players would have been a lot different. Maybe we don't even have Austin Reeves right now. Who knows? But it would have been interesting for sure. I used to love Kawhi up until he joined the Clippers. Now he doesn't exist to me. I'm sure he doesn't exist to a lot of people. The Clippers players usually don't exist. But I'll tell you what, we got to do a better job of voting because we should have 3 players up in that ballot. And that should be LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Austin Reeves. They're all putting all-star numbers together, and they deserve to be there, at least in the ballot. Once the coaches have their choice, then that's up to them. But I'm telling you, we really should. As fans, make sure you vote on NBA.com and get our guys up there because, we do what we do, Lakers Nation. Please, no setbacks for Vando. Jesus, I know. But we don't feel a sense of urgency anymore due to the fact that, we got that 3-and-D wing in Dorian Finney-Smith, and we got another big man or another big wing in Rui. So it doesn't feel as much as a need as more as a want and a luxury to have Vando, although he will be necessary in the postseason for sure. The Thunder is a great team. I know. But there's no surprise there. Remember, we predicted it before the season started that they would be the number 1 team in the West. They improved this offseason. They got guys like, obviously, Caruso and that big man from New York. I mean, of course, they're going to be better. Justin, what's up, bro? He said, how do you like Kuzma back in the Lakers? I like Kuzma better than Rui. However, I don't feel like we have the need anymore after the DFS trade. Before the Dorian Finney-Smith trade, I wanted Kuzma back for sure. Now I'm impartial to it, because I'm all about the team as much as I love Kuzma. Shout out to Kuz Mama out there who follows me on Twitter. Love him, but I'm not sure if he'll get too many minutes here, right, with all the wing depth we have, unless you package Rui or something. But right now, his trade value is at an all-time low just because of the numbers. I do blame the numbers of the lack of interest in playing for a losing team. So I don't really blame Kuzma like that. But it's not so much of a need, more of a luxury at this point. I still feel like we need another backup big man. D Prince says, I low-key don't want Bron and AD in the All-Star so they can take advantage of the break rest, but it will be criminal if they are not there. I feel you, Prince, but nobody plays at the All-Star game anymore, bro, so we don't have to worry about the break or none of that. But I feel you. I definitely do. If Kawhi signed here in 2019, we would have at least had 2 right now, one in 2020 and another in 2021 probably. Probably. That sounds plausible. That sounds very probable, but again, it's just everything happens. Like, let me give you an example. You just never know. Like, destiny has its own story to tell because Maxwell Lewis, for example, he just got traded to the Brooklyn Nets and bro got injured. First game he's in. Very unfortunate, but would he have gotten injured if he was still a Laker? God knows. Who knows, right? Destiny has its own plans, God's plans. So everything happens for a reason. I think we dodged a major bullet. We wouldn't have guys like Austin and Max Christie and those draft picks probably had we got Kawhi. We probably would have traded him for other veteran pieces to fit around those guys. And who knows? Who knows what would have happened? What's up, CJ? Good to see you, man. Very excited for tonight's matchup, guys. Very, very excited for tonight's matchup. And it should be extremely fun. Like, I'm talking, I think this has game of the year potential on it. Let's see if the Lakers show up, because on the road we have struggled. However, we have won 7 out of the last 10 games, and we are currently 20-14, tied with the Nuggets for 4th seed. We win tonight, we leapfrog them. It's gonna be like that throughout the year. We're gonna be jumping and falling and jumping and falling or whatever. But your first matchup here versus them. All right, let's go ahead and do our prize picks entry. You guys know what the drill is, man. Promo code DTLF will get you guys $50 when you deposit and play your first $10. So make sure you guys don't miss out on that. Here we go, man. Again, so close the last time, and we didn't get over the hump. That's very unfortunate. But I'm going to start with Austin. He's been rebounding like a demon. So I think he'll do that again. Even if his shooting is off, he'll rebound. That'll be the only Laker I pick up, though. The other ones have been up and down. I got to pick up the guys we're going up against. So let's go with the Rockets, because we know that teams love going up against us. Now, Sengun, 8.5 field goals made. That's tough. I don't know. If AD's on his game today, he won't get those. But will he get the 16 attempts? I don't even know if he'll do that. Let's see. Amen Thompson, 2.5 free throws made. He hasn't been hitting free throws, apparently. So we're not going to go there. What about attempts? Hit or miss. We got to be smart about these entries if we want to start winning. So I'm gonna take a little more time with it. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. I see some Levine questions. I will answer them as soon as I'm done posting this little prize picks entry. Look, this guy likes to show off against the Lakers. I'll pick him up. I have a feeling he'll have a decent game. 15 points shouldn't be too much for that man. If he can't get to 15, he's a scrub, which he is, but I have a feeling he's going to try to come out here and be more aggressive. All right. 5 field goals made for Fred VanVleet. Whoa. He hadn't really been aggressive. We struggle against guards, though. We do struggle against guards. That's where Austin Reeves and Max have to do their job. 6.5 assists. And these guys are wishy-washy. Who else they got over here? Jalen Green. Now, this kid right here, man, he's a freaking problem. He's a freaking problem. What's his points? What's his over-under on points? 19 points? He's going to get that. All right, he's going to get that. That's probably my guaranteed pick. Him and Austin Reeves getting the rebounds. Then my 2 guaranteed picks. Who else they got? I'm going to say rebounds and assists by Fred VanVleet. Yeah, I'll say yeah. He'll get it just because we be getting shredded from the point guard position. And again, if you guys played last game, you should have your credit back. We're going to play the power play, and we're going to go with that. Submit the lineups, and good luck to everybody, man. Remember, promo code DTLF. Make sure you guys tap in there and get a chance to win big money. All right. So I'll answer your question now. My guy said Zach LaVine for Fox would be perfect for our Lakers. Wait. Oh, Zach LaVine or Fox. My bad, Frederick. You know what? I never turned down Fox. Fox, I think, is elite, and he'll continue to be elite for years to come. So I would say yes to Fox. I have more questions about Zach LaVine, though, just due to his health and his inability to produce in the postseason. He hasn't been in the postseason a lot. So we don't know what he can be. The health concerns is the only thing that holds me back on Zach. I like him. If there's a way to get them without giving up anything, then I would, but there isn't. Let's be honest. You're going to have to match those salaries and those contracts. I don't think we're a star away. I honestly think we're continue to improve via role players, whether it be a big man or whatever. I think that's the route we should go, guys. I don't think we should concern ourselves with Zach. If you can see, the Lakers have not been struggling to score at all. So that's not an issue for us. For me, again, we're better. We're getting better defensively. Rebounding has cooked us. We dropped 119 on the Hawks, 114 on the Trailblazers, 110 on the Cavs, even though we lost that one, 132 on the Kings, 115 on the Warriors, won that, 114 on the Pistons. So we average more than 110 points, right? So again, I don't feel like scoring is a huge issue, but I wouldn't turn down depending on what trade it is. We'd have to maybe fire up the trade machine again and see what goes and what doesn't. What's up, Solo? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, my brother. Not much, man. Just pretty much talking keys to tonight's matchup. Again, this is the first of 3 meetings we'll have against the Rockets. Houston doesn't have Jabari Smith right now due to an injury, unfortunately for them. And then there are 2 games ahead of us for the number 2 spot in the West, so we can cut that in half with a single victory tonight. I imagine that the Lakers are going to approach this with a sense of urgency. I like the direction we're going. JJ Redick talked about the last 9 games or so becoming top 10 in both defense and offense. And it's one of the harder games we have. Look, today we got the Rockets. Tuesday we got the Mavericks. We should be able to beat the Mavs. Tough matchup. They still got Kyrie, but no Luka. Then the Hornets. Then we got the Spurs twice. Then the Heat, who are currently in peril. Then the Nets. And then the Clippers. So our schedule right now, we can jump and pounce on the schedule, guys. I think we can become a top 3 seed in the Western Conference. We got to keep pushing for it, right? Javi says, what's up, Dan? Any new trade rumors? There are trade rumors, however, none concerning the Lakers. So I'm not going to feed you guys any baloney. I won't feed you guys any lies, nothing credible. The only rumor I do have is that the Lakers are potentially in pursuit of another wing, maybe a Bruce Brown type. I don't know. They didn't mention too many names, or another guard who can score, get some buckets. They're not necessarily prioritizing a big man by the sounds of it, but again, that can change at any moment. Now, Jimmy Butler, the odds of him being anywhere for the rest of the season, it's ironic because Miami is no longer up there. Obviously, they're going to trade him soon, but the Lakers are plus 800, which isn't very high. That means the Memphis Grizzlies have a better chance of trading for him, according to Boveda official. The Sacramento Kings, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Clippers, the Cavs, the Magic, the Pelicans. All those teams have a better chance than us. But again, you just never know because, again, there's always a chance we can swoop in and steal, right? That can definitely happen. So I wouldn't put it. Like, I think the Lakers are a dark horse team to land him, but we'll see what happens there. Hey, we gotta make it.
Oh, DTLF, thanks you for the super chat.
Hey, thank you so much, DJ Williams. He said, hey, Dan, how about Zach LaVine? Think he would help? I mean, anybody with the right coaching staff incorporated properly can help. That's a great question. But who would you guys trade for Zach, DJ? That would be the better question. I don't want to let go of our backcourt of Max Christie and Austin. I think those two need to stay now. Max is on the road to becoming an elite defender in this league. My comparison for him has always been Tony Allen, but he's showing more of an offensive potential than even him. But defensively, the way he is able to shift, the way he's able to shade players, slide his feet, how active his hands are, jumps the passing lanes, the way he's able to block shots from the weak side, the way he's able to rebound, the way he's able to box out and do things that, smaller guards can't do. I think he's a dream starting guard for us. I'm happy. I know people like the flashier backcourts, like Zach LaVine, like De'Aaron Fox, but I think it's more so about fit if we're going to compete for a title. And right now we have the perfect backcourt fit. We have won 7 out of the last 10 with this backcourt fit. And those guys continue to improve, one offensively and one defensively. And they're both honestly improving. So I say we ride this for a little longer. If it doesn't work, in this season, if for whatever reason we get killed in the postseason due to our backcourt, then we can revisit this again next season. I think there's a better chance that De'Aaron Fox gets traded in the offseason anyways, where they have more time to look at all their options and all that, but and involving draft picks and whatnot. But it's a great question, DJ, and I do appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, my brother. Solo said the Lakers are prioritizing a big. They can't let this deadline pass without getting one. From what I'm hearing, man, it doesn't sound like they're prioritizing a big. They wanted Walker Kessler, but as of right now, nothing is even close on that front, based on what I'm hearing. Could change, though. Again, we still have a little less than a month to go for the trade deadline. So anything can change. They could be playing hard ball, trying to get us to lift that protection off the pick. But I'll be honest, if we are serious about this, about, winning a championship, then, then I suggest we do whatever it takes to get this. But again, per sources, it says here, while teams have expressed interest in Utah center Walker Kessler, the Lakers included, the belief in NBA circles is that he's not available in any realistic, here's the key, realistic trade scenarios. So they want something unrealistic from that could be 2 first-round picks, and the Lakers might not be willing to come off of that. Because Utah is electing to keep one of the NBA's top rim protectors through the deadline. So again, what Utah is saying, unless you guys knock off my socks, which sounds like 2 first-round picks, we're not going to trade you that. However, there's other options out there, and we got to be really intelligent about the way we operate, because this could be the final trade we can make for quite some time. So it has to be the right deal. However, with the one we made so far, I'm very happy with that one, and we're moving in the right direction for surely. He said the Lakers aren't part. My bad, wrong one. Let's see here. My guy said regarding Skip, innocent until proven guilty, y'all. What I once had a girl say that if I kept asking her to pay back money I had lent her, she would say I sexually assaulted her. There's people like that. You know what, man? I don't put nothing past anybody, but you're right about the innocent until proven guilty. I don't really like to comment on things I know nothing about. I read it briefly. A bunch of people sent it to me. And yeah, it's very interesting for sure. You never know what's inside somebody's heart until you know, right? So, but you're right about the innocent until proven guilty. That goes for everybody, man. That goes for everybody. That goes for Jay-Z too. That goes for everybody. We can't, people like to jump on rumors and stuff like that. I just react like, whoa, this is interesting. But I rarely like to indict people based off of, rumors for now. All I can say is hopefully it's not true about Skip Bayless and the sexual allegations and all this stuff. But if it is true, shame on, whoever's involved, that's all I can say. But here's the wonderful thing. Everything eventually sooner or later comes to light. People can be snaky and as shady as they want and sneaky, but as you can see, especially when you're in the mainstream, it'll eventually come to light. So for his sake, you better hope it's not true. Let's see here. But also, I will say this. Just because we have had a bad experience or you have had a bad experience doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case over here either. So again, I try not to comment too much on stuff I know nothing about, but as we get more details, then I will give more insight on that. Jose says DTLF, I think Fox gets us over the hump. De'Aaron Fox will be an elite player. I told you guys there's very few players I would trade Austin Reeves for. The way he's been playing lately is even fewer players that I would trade him for, but I definitely consider trading him for De'Aaron Fox just because Fox has been elite, not just this year, but for years, and he'll continue to be elite for years. And yeah. Lakers versus Dodgers. I'm still considering it, bro. Good question. I'm still considering it. My family's over, and I don't want to neglect them too much. But if they give me, if they give me the green light, a la Squid Game style, then I will make it happen. Right. So just stay tuned for that. I might, most likely I will, but just stay tuned. We most likely will be on playback, and we'll be watching the Laker games together, per usual. So yeah. Let's see. Prince says, Dan, our March schedule is brutal with a couple of back-to-back against the Nuggets and Bucks. So we need to step up and win as early as now. Need that trade ASAP. I agree, man. The schedule is brutal in the beginning and the end of the year. And right now, we're on pretty good pace. We got 20 wins, all right, 14 losses. We're on pace to win at least 50 at this rate. So hopefully that continues. Things change all the time throughout the course of a season. Injuries can occur, trades happen, chemistry issues, all kinds of things. I just hope we continue doing the right things moving forward, because right now I like the culture that the Lakers are building since we hired JJ Redick. I like the fact that we got a hard-nosed coach that is giving equal opportunity to everybody, from what it seems like to me. Something that Darvin was failing to do. He had his favorites, Taurean Prince, guys like that. Well, this guy is giving the best players available an opportunity, and I want to continue to see that from JJ, and the chemistry to continue to build, right? All right, last one. Benaya says, Dan, Matt Ishbia said he will give Jimmy Butler a contract extension. Your thoughts? He might end up being a Sun, because that's exactly what Jimmy Butler wants. So that means that they're willing to give up, what it takes to get him. They are the favorites, according to a lot of sources. So they are the favorites right now. And it'll be interesting to see where Jimmy ends up. I predict Jimmy will be gone by the end of this upcoming week, right? If he's not gone by tomorrow, it'll be by next Sunday. He'll be on a different team. There's no way that Pat Riley's going to sit on his hands and allow the chemistry to continue to. I mean, they just got slaughtered by the Jazz. So you could tell a lot of chemistry issues are starting to occur because of the Jimmy Butler situation. And a lot of his teammates like him. So they kind of they have to get rid of him right now, unless they're planning on keeping him, which I don't think is going to happen because they suspended him for 7 games. So it is what it is. All right, guys, final 3 keys to tonight's matchup. Key number 1, don't turn the freaking ball over, because every time we turn the ball over, problems, especially when we're on the road. Big problems for the Lakers when we turn the ball over. So take care of the basketball. Got to be key number 1. Key number 2, our defense. All right, our defense has to be elite. That means, yes, including Austin. He's got to do his best. He took a couple charges last game. We need more of that. I'm gonna need Max Christie to live up to his starting role and lock up. Even if he doesn't give us a lot of scoring, defensively he's got to lock in. We need LeBron to be locked in. AD to be the best version of himself. He's going up against a very crafty big and Sengun, so that'll be interesting to see if he can limit him. So yeah, defense is key number 2. And then my final key is going to be the role players, right? Rui, can he step up tonight, especially if he starts? The newcomers, Dorian Finney-Smith, Shake Milton, Austin Reeves, they all got to step up. Max, offensively, they got to contribute to whatever LeBron and AD are doing because we're on the road and we've had trouble getting the same contributions we have at home from our role players. So those are my top 3 keys to tonight's matchup. And if we can do all of that, we will have a very happy post-game recap and we will be, celebrating hopefully a victory. Otherwise, we'll be a little bit disappointed because we're starting to build momentum and we got to keep it going. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to hit the like button. And if I see you over on playback, I will see you over on playback. Otherwise, see you here for post game. Go Lakers, baby. Let's keep it rolling.